So the question is, what is more likely to happen? The Bills missing the playoffs, or the Chiefs not getting that number one seed? All right. Or you can flip it like Bills making the playoffs or the Chiefs getting the number one seed. So, Carl, we know you are, LJA member and a Mahomes lover. All right. So let's start off with you.
Talking about, hey, before I start, hey, AJ, you don't know, we in this together, big
Yes,
dog.
sir. We here.
So
We here with it.
I'm
We
here
here
with
with
my brother. Feel me? So, but yeah, I think you said most likely to happen. Oh, my bad. Rephrase the
Well,
question.
however you want to, I guess we can
Yeah,
do what's more likely
most likely
to
to happen.
happen.
All right,
Bills make the playoffs or the Chiefs be number one seed.
so I think the Bills are more likely to make the playoffs than the Chiefs are to get in the number one spot. And y'all know why. If you paid attention to my picks before the season, I had Baltimore getting that number one spot. And that's because my dog got improved weapons, not not weapons, but improved weapons. And we got a tough defense. We play all three phases of the ball because John Harbaugh is a special teams coach at heart. He was a special team coach coordinator in Philly. So I don't think the Chiefs will get the number one seed. I think my Ravens get that. I think Josh Allen and the I'm sorry, Tomo. I think Josh Allen and the Bills do get the playoffs before the Chiefs make the number one seed. I understand that Josh Allen is throwing picks like gifts. It's Christmas time and Josh Allen handing out gifts. But don't think that's sustainable. I think the Bills do win enough games to get in. The Bills at 6-6 are still a really good team. If Josh Allen can stop throwing interceptions, I think they do. They can go on a win streak. You have the Steelers. That's right there at what, 5 or 6, with Mitch Trubisky starting for the foreseeable future. So the Steelers can drop out. You have the Colts and the Texans there at 7-5 as well. But who knows if they sustain this? I know the Texans are 8 and the Colts are 7. You also have the Browns there at wherever the Steelers were, so 5 or 6. Wherever the Steelers are, the Browns are like above them, I believe. But they too are using backup quarterbacks. Now that defense for the Browns is strong, really strong. I want to say best ever, like somebody that's been on the show, but they're really strong. But can they sustain them enough wins to keep that playoff berth is a question. Now, so for that being said, I think the Bills can sneak in.
Y'all want me to go? Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta respectfully disagree with you, Carl. Just because I don't know what to expect from Josh Allen. I don't know what to expect from him going forward. We could get good Josh Allen where he's taking care of the football, making plays, throwing the ball downfield, running, using his legs, or we can get Josh Allen that's selling these games down the stretch. I just don't have much faith in the Bills. I respect their talent level. They have a lot of talent. The defense does make plays occasionally, but I don't really know what they expect from them either. So I just look at the Bills. I look at the schedule coming up. They got some tough opponents obviously coming up. They play the Chiefs pretty soon here. They got Dallas after that. Y'all know how I feel about Herbert, but they got to play the Chargers. And then they play the Dolphins at the end of the year. I don't think they make it. I'm not 100% confident that the Chiefs are going to get the number one seed either because they look suspect. In all honesty, they don't look like the same Chiefs of last year. If we're being brutally honest, the defense has done a lot of carrying. The offense has been hit or miss, stagnant, really good in the first half, so in the second half. Maybe they score in the second half, maybe they don't. But I give them a better chance given their history and given the fact that they have Patrick Mahomes to get the number one seed. And then on top of that, when you look at the Ravens' upcoming schedule, the Ravens got one of the hardest schedules coming up too. The Ravens play, they're gonna beat the Rams, they're gonna handle the Rams. So then they got Jacksonville, who's competing for a solid playoff spot. They got the 49ers, they got the Dolphins, and they got the Steelers, and they struggle with the Steelers. So I don't really know how the Ravens are going to finish either, in all honesty. So grand scheme of things, I think that the Ravens can pull it off and get that one seed. But who do I give the better chance to as far as, the Chiefs getting the one seed or the Bills making the playoffs? I have more faith in the Chiefs getting that one seed, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, than I do have faith in Josh Allen. I just can't do it right now.
Before the next person go, hey, AJ, chill out, bro. No game is guaranteed. We are not automatically going to beat the Rams, bro. Chill out. We're not putting that in there. Because if we get upset, you're going to have people on my line.
I feel you. I'm just saying, I got them winning that game. They could
Thank
lose. It's the NFL, you know what I'm saying? But I
Mhm.
would pick the Ravens to win that football game.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah. We agree on everything, AJ. Everything you said, I pretty much feel the same exact way. I got way more faith in the Chiefs getting the number 1 seed than I do with the Bills making the playoffs right now. Right now, the Bills are not number 7. They're not 8th. They're like 10th in playoff seedings right now. Josh Allen has not played well this year. He leads the league in touchdowns, but he also leads the league in interceptions. Someone else did that, or someone else had a lot of touchdowns and a lot of interceptions. You know who his name is? It's Jameis Winston. And Josh Allen is playing pretty Jameis Winston-esque, just as far as the interceptions. Now, I mean, of course, it's not the same amount of touchdowns he has, but it's like when the games get tough, it seems like he's just making mistakes out there. And then, like you said about the Chiefs have a top 5 defense. I don't think Joe. I know I said this before. Joe, I know you said that this would be the best defense that Patrick Mahomes has had in his career so far, and that has been the case. But I don't know if anyone truly thought that this would be a top 5 defense in the NFL right now. And this defense has been playing really good. I don't see a scenario to where the Texans lose a lot of games and miss the playoffs. I don't see a scenario where, I mean, the Steelers definitely have opportunities, can lose games, but you still got the Browns that are there. The Browns, they've been up and down without having Deshaun Watson, but they still been in games because of their defense. Same thing with the Steelers. The Steelers and Browns have a better defense than the Bills do overall. So I'm going to go with what I've known for sure and seeing happen more. Now, I also believe that the Ravens will get the number 1 seed. But if I'm going to pick between the two, I would rather say that the Chiefs get the number 1 seed and the Bills miss the playoffs.
All right. So look, don't sleep on the Dolphins. Don't sleep on the Dolphins.
That was gonna be
all right. So I'm gonna say that. But anyways, I'm with you, AJ. I'm with you, Dave. Now look. Now here's the tough part. Now I think that even though they lost to the Eagles, they were playing good football. I think what stopped them, what hindered them was a lot of all those penalties. But they was playing some good football against Philly. But they just got a tall hill to climb. They are 11 plays right now. Who's above them? Cincinnati, who beat them. The Broncos, who beat them. Then you have the Houston and Indiana, in Indianapolis, the Colts. But here's the thing, though. You look at their schedules. So we all know they got to play the Dolphins still. They still got to play the Chiefs this Sunday, right? So, but you look at the Texans. So the Texans got to play the Jets, the Titans, which is a division game. So I understand how tough that could be. They got to play the Browns. They kind of beat each other up, right? The Titans again and the Colts. So those teams are like kind of putting each other out, the Colts and the Titans. But then you look at the Broncos schedule, you got the Lions, Patriots, Chargers, Raiders. So it's tough. It's a tall hill to battle, but the Ravens got a tough schedule. The Tua and the Dolphins, they already lost a tiebreaker to the Chiefs. So they take one more L and the Chiefs win out. They're going to lose that one. And just like you said, AJ, Mahomes' history, I feel like no matter what happens, it always lines up for the Chiefs to get to first place. You look at last year, they were about to lose first place. And what happened? The DeMar Hamlin situation. And then they automatically get the first place nod. So I'm going to say more likely the Chiefs will get first place versus the Bills making the playoffs.
Can I rebuttal?
I still think they make the playoffs still, though.
All right, here's my rebuttal, right? Y'all bring up our schedule. And it's tough. It is tough. Rams, 49ers, Dolphins, Steelers. You say we struggle. I just say a lot of crazy crap happens. But tomato. And I believe, I can't remember our last one. Jaguars.
49ers.
I said 49ers. But the Jaguars may be without Trevor Lawrence for a decent amount of time. The Rams, Maddie be throwing picks too, so we can force a couple of them. We'd be looking good. Ravens
Nakua out too, right? Ain't he hurt?
Oh, I ain't even know that.
Didn't he hurt last game?
Who?
I ain't know Puka.
The receiver from the Rams. What's his name? Nakua?
Nah, he's fine.
He's
I
mean, I ain't wishing on injury, but
it was
Cooper
Cooper Kupp is the one that got hurt. He's fine, but he's Puka's fine.
That sucks for them. 49ers, that's always a dogfight with the Ravens. I understand the 49ers are a really good team, but hey, we got our thing loaded over here in Baltimore too. Then we got the Steelers with maybe a Kenny Pickett-less Steelers, which last time the Steelers didn't have Kenny Pickett, we won, and we didn't have Lamar. And the Dolphins, which, man, we should have beat the Dolphins last year. We don't have Marcus Peters this year, taking dumb gambles, leaving Tyreek Hill open. We don't have that this year. So hopefully we finish that game. So, hey, just like AJ said about the Eagles with their gauntlet, they got to see us just like we got to see them. The Dolphins, their schedule is not bad either. Our schedule is bad, but let me not say either. Their Dolphins schedule, Titans, who's been dramatically playing bad football. The Jets, they were contemplating Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle. The Cowboys, which that's the battle of who can be the winning team, right?
No,
then the Ravens, which has already been discussed, and then the Bills, but it's in Miami.
Yeah.
So the Dolphins could very well win out and keep the number 1 seed. I hope they don't. I hope they lose to us. And now we talk about the Bills being an 11th seed, right? But they're a game behind everybody with the 11th seed. They're only at the 11th seed because, like Joe brought up, the head-to-heads. They lost the head-to-heads to the Broncos, and they lost the head-to-head to I just had it in my head. The Bengals. But the Bengals just lost. I mean, they didn't just lose them, but Joe Burrow's out. The Broncos, they lost. Could that ruin all their momentum? We don't know. Like you said, the Colts and the Texans will eventually have to play themselves, so that can knock them out. Yeah. Then the Texans and the Browns have to play themselves, so that can knock another guy out. Yeah. The Steelers could be on the decline with Kenny Pickett not being there. So I just think the Bills could sneak right in the playoffs, and the Chiefs could be right there. But the two teams in front of them to win, they're good too. So they don't control their own destiny. I know the Bills don't, but the Bills are a better team than the people in front of them. The Chiefs, are they a better team than the two teams in front of them? Debatable.
I'm with you, Carl. I'm not mad at your take, for real. Like I can see that. I can see Bills making the playoffs. I can see that. So
I hope I'm wrong, by the way.
I ain't mad at your take.
I think for me, this is just it's got little to do with the Ravens and more to do with Josh Allen, bro. I don't trust him. At least this year. You know, maybe years past, maybe next year he rebounds. But the way he playing right now, granted, he looked great against us. But what happened at the end of the game? Miscommunication. I don't know if I should blame that on Josh Allen, blame that on coaching, or blame that on the receiver. That's a game they're supposed to win. And so, like, it's little stuff like that could cost you. Their margin for error is so slim at this point. And Josh Allen is a guy who operates in error. Like, that's what he's done all year. So it's just the Ravens, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's going to make it very hard for the Chiefs to get that number 1 seed. But the Ravens ain't going to win out. They're going to make it tough for, you know, which is going to make it easier for the Chiefs to potentially snatch up that 1 seed still. So I think, again, if I had to put my money on it, I'd still say the Ravens get it because I trust the Ravens. I trust Lamar Jackson, you know. But again, Josh Allen on the opposite end, I'm putting my money on him selling it and them not making the playoffs before anything.
And AJ, also to piggyback what you said, the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs, they're good with the tiebreaker. They got it with the Dolphins. The Ravens lost. The Chiefs lost to the Broncos, AFC team, the Packers, and the Eagles. Right? That's it, right?
They lost to the Lions too.
And the Lions. They lost 3 NFC teams and only 1 AFC. While y'all call the Colts the Steelers. You know what I mean? Right? And that's it, right?
And the Browns.
And the Browns. You feel me? So that's in Miami, they lost to the Chiefs. Where is it in Miami? But so they got that. But also Josh Allen, I will say this. He's historically has been good against Mahomes in regular season. Also, the Chiefs got banged up last game defensively. They missing some players, you know. So the Chiefs already are struggling to score. The Bills aren't struggling to score, really. Josh Allen, I know we always talk about he got an interception every game. He also got 2 touchdowns every game too. All right, so they don't have no problem scoring. The problem is the turnovers part. So they can go it. They can beat Kansas City. I have no doubt they can probably beat Kansas City. It's just that it's on kind of that last game though for them against Miami and Miami. That's gonna be tough.
I don't think they beat Kansas City. All that being said, I think they lose to Kansas City.
I might go with the Bills that game. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, don't clip me up here defending the Bills and Josh Allen because I know somebody going to do it. And I'm just doing my job, bro.
I think nothing wrong with that, don't you?
Y'all know that's what I've always said. I'm gonna keep it a buck with, bro, even though this exists.
That game in Kansas City too.
It was in Kansas City last year though, and they lost.
That's true, but
and they were better last year. The Chiefs were better last year.
Yeah, but Josh Allen probably worse this year than he was.
Look, I got it. This is my another rebuttal because Dave brought it up how he leading the league in picks and touchdowns. This is always Josh Allen. This is always him. This is
By
him.
the way, Sam Howell leads the league in picks, so I had to put that out there. He does.
Well,
and then Dak Prescott leads in touchdowns. Total touchdowns, Jalen Hurts.
But still, this is him. Him being at the top of both categories is him. So this is nothing different. The only difference is him throwing a pick for 8 straight games. That's the only difference.
He's good. All right. So look. So speaking of total touchdowns, Jalen Hurts, and total passing touchdowns, Dak Prescott. Let's move on to the next topic. So our next topic. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.